Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Thomas, and I finally guys, it's been so long, but I'm with my co-host today.
Elof the Grand.
Yes, Elof has returned from the dead. I resurrected him. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out. But guys, as you can tell, I am playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and you might be wondering why this game, why is this game so, late? Well, it's not. I'm not late to the party. I've beaten the game 1, 2, and 3 a long time ago. At this point, I'm just replaying it, doing different things. My last playthrough I did by myself. I did strictly Renegade and part Paragon, which is the good and bad. Renegade obviously means bad, Paragon means good. Playthroughs. Here's Eden Prime. As you guys can tell, I've already did the basic stuff out of the way, and yeah. So I just moved out of there. I did a pilot episode, guys. Basically detailing of what's going on. So far, I've already completed the basics. Obviously, I have the rank of Spectre and everything. My class is Infiltrator, so don't be surprised about my skills and whatnot. So yeah, we're just gonna explore the game bit by bit, take our time with the story. If you guys are wondering what kind of love interest I'm going for, since I'm playing a male shepherd, I actually will be why do I feel like Novaria is like the one planet I don't want to go to yet? Okay, yeah, Novaria is off the list right now. I will be going out to Tali, guys. Tali is in all 3 games, so I'm like, hey, why not? Medallion recovered. Okay, cool. Nice. Found medallion. Exploring the planet, trying to get some stuff going for us. I think it's the next game that actually lets us do resources and whatnot. And this one is just let you explore the galaxy and get a basis of what some stuff you can get from it. Gas deposit surveyed. Helium -3. Cool, but anyways, guys, if you guys are wondering why Elof is here, he is just going to be my co-host and help, talk about the game and also his perspective on about new games coming out or recent games that came out. He's currently playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, the 2017 version, not the 2005 version. And I hate to say it, Battlefront 2 is kind of
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing.
See, I know it's died down quite a bit with Battlefront 2, but I still enjoy playing it sometimes. It just, good pastime when you don't really have many games to really play. So, does help.
I don't doubt that. Guess let me go, guys. Just dropping in hot. I have no idea where I'm going. Let's see. Transponder signal, anomaly, debris. Okay, let's go back to the anomaly real quick. I actually learned something. They were 95% complete with Battlefront 3. Just a year and a half after Battlefront 2005. So about 2006, 2007, Battlefront 3 would have released, but they pulled the plug on it. I mean, you're talking about 95% complete, and you pulled the plug. This guy sucked. And it would have been like a game that would have included a bunch of like stuff from the Clone Wars again. And the Rebellion. You know, just like the game we have now does. But then again, I don't like, I mean, say what you will about the sequels, but in my general opinion, the sequels is a game that is just not a game, but the entire sequel trilogy is just weird. You know? Oh, dang.
I wouldn't say the sequels were weird. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of them because especially how much they changed from the storyline and the history behind Star Wars. However, they were trying to do something different from what George Lucas originally had imagined.
Well, it's not so much different. I mean, think about it. In Episode 4, you have an orphan, on a desert planet. Find out he has secret powers. You know, and just like they did in The Force Awakens, Rey is an orphan on a desert planet who finds out she has abilities just like Luke did.
However,
it's almost the same story, just retold.
Yes and no. See, the thing is
Indulge
what I mean
me.
by following the original story, what I was getting at is the fact that the original on the books, a lot of the things they changed up was Ben Solo would have been Ben Skywalker. They changed names, there's a bunch of things. But they didn't follow the books the way it was originally wrote. That's what I was getting at.
Like,
and Rey Skywalker, calling herself Rey Skywalker, that was, I guess, annoying to me. I was like, why? Just why? Why is that even a thing? Palpatine having a clone? That was very much a fact. There was a, clone. There were clones of Palpatine, which was a contingency thing that Palpatine did to basically preserve his life. In the event that, hey, I'm dead.
yeah.
So that part they did get correct. And I was impressed to actually see it. However, a clone making a baby with another person, that kind of was like a far-fetched ordeal.
A clone making a baby. Yeah.
See, the thing is according to the sequel series, one of Palpatine's clones ended up not following into the same path and
Defaulting.
went and got it.
renegading.
Went and got it.
Got married.
Yeah, and when that happened, Palpatine decided that clone needs
Flipped
to
out.
die, but he didn't realize that he had a granddaughter.
They had a daughter. Yeah. My thing is that The clone he was a clone of Palpatine.
Looks like the signal's coming from that wreckage.
Yes, I know.
I got a bad feeling.
He did, but he didn't.
Well, he knew from a certain point that he was different than.
We're gonna learn more about Reed. Turns out.
You know, he was different though.
Yes, sir. On your order.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of a. It's kind of like an
Weird.
odd type thing. It's like, from a certain point of view,
It's a trap.
it was a thing. I guess it's hard to put. Because I guess knowing that you're a clone, but not knowing you're a clone, not like how can you say, hey, I'm a clone of the Emperor here? Oh, that's fantastic. That's cute. Now we're gonna kill you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But the ending when they said, you know, when they made Rey a Skywalker, is like, nah, she's a Palpatine. Let her embrace herself as a Palpatine.
I'm on my
but
way.
however, be what Emperor Palpatine could have been if he was a Jedi.
yeah. They really wanted to like turn the bad into something good, and those Skywalker, the famous name throughout Star Wars, you know, it's like, was it really necessary though?
No, that's yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is it wasn't really necessary.
No, it was like, hey,
Like they doing that kind of really ruined a lot of Star Wars fans' idealism behind it.
oh yeah, and to mention this, what is it? In the recent,
One of my fingernails fell off. It was just
sorry about that. In the recent Star Wars Celebration panel, they had came out and said that Rey is going to be a Jedi Master in Jedi New Order, like in like 2028, something like that, and Daisy Ridley is coming back to play the role of Rey.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to see how they do that. However, my main interest, and I think a lot of Star Wars fans' main interest, would be they would probably, in my opinion, really love to see a Old Republic series.
They are doing an Old Republic movie.
Yeah, but
It's been confirmed.
however,
They are doing a. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it's gonna be like a lot of fans really want to see, like a
No,
whole entire thing on Revan and.
It's not gonna be just from one character. It's gonna be about the entire like Old Republic.
Yeah, and I'd like to see where they go with this. If like it's like a new start, when Old Republic series coming, like they use the movie to, that's what I would love to see.
Oh wait, I should back out. Hold on, I think I need. Oh god, I know I need a specific character for this. Hold on. Board. I know I need Kaden. I know I probably need Tali. Again, so definitely want to have these two characters with me. Sorry, go ahead.
Like
Looks
no,
like
I'd
this
like to
vessel
see a
was
poll
abandoned.
on
Someone must have shut down all systems, except
Series?
basic life support.
a full Republic series, like
Did you hear that? Sounded like footsteps.
from back in the
Somebody
time of
set that
Revan.
trap. This whole place could be wired. Negative
Right,
Commander.
right.
Daddy, where's
I got the feeling that it's probably not going to happen.
Daddy? Where's
That's the last of them.
But at this point, they could go any which direction with Star Wars. They have options. I think a lot
Yes,
of
they have.
I think a lot. Where I think they're gonna do this new Old Republic series at is more than likely they are going to end up doing it in the time of just before or just after Revan, like after Revan's fall and death. During the time after Bastila, I think with Bastila's granddaughter or daughter.
I really don't know.
And I think that would be a very interesting,
Looks like that machine is
very
keeping
interesting
him
to
alive.
see.
I'm not seeing any brain activity on the readouts. He's dead.
But
This body
they
is
got a
just
lot
an
of
empty
options
shell.
on how they can do it.
Maybe we should
And
shut the machine down.
I
It's the
really
merciful
hope
thing to do.
that they turn
your
around and
decision,
make a
Shepard.
full-on
But
series,
maybe we should wait until we
like they
know
did with
more
the Clone
about
Wars.
what's going on before we do anything.
but base it back in the Old Republic time period,
Jacob's
Right.
not going to make it. His
and
brain
call
was
it
deprived of
following
oxygen
in
for too long. There's nothing any of us can do for him now except let him die with dignity.
Revan's footsteps or
That's what he would
something.
want. I'm more worried about Julia now. She's showing signs of severe depression. I gave her some meds that should help, but I better warn the captain.
Not to mention the fact that a lot of people are really don't like the fact that what they're doing with Rey as well is the fact that she's making her pregnant by Kylo Ren's Force Ghost. Say what you will, but from what I read, it makes it seem like that's what they're gonna do. From the thing I read online, and I can't take everything seriously, but I will say this.
They say his brain isn't functioning anymore.
You know,
And they wanna shut
I
off
gotta
his machines.
point that out from what I read from
Jacob's
the Star
only
Wars
thing in
thing.
the world that matters to me. I don't know how to help him, and it's tearing me up inside. I just feel so helpless, so
And
damn
who
angry.
knows? If it depends on
Just
who's
missed giving
leading the
some meds to calm
project,
down, but I didn't take them. I can't.
so
Not until
who the
I
head
figure out a way to help
producer
Jacob.
is.
I won't give up on him. I won't.
I think that's gonna
Yeah.
really depend on how these movies actually turn out.
Oh yeah, we're not looking at these new movies until like late 2020s, early 20.
Jacob is showing no
2030s.
signs of brain activity. There's nothing more we
And
can
that
do
could
for
be.
him.
And
He
you
wouldn't
know,
want to be kept alive
I think
by
when they
machines,
do come
so
out, they'll
we're going to disconnect
definitely
the life
have a
support.
much more better
Dr.
figure out of
Smith
how
is
they're
worried
gonna do
about
it.
Julia's reaction, though. She can't seem to let Jacob go.
I think that's what
Stress
ends up
is
coming
making her
down to the most
implants flare
important
up, causing intense
aspect.
migraines. It'll probably be easier for everyone if we don't tell her until after we shut the life support
But at this
down.
point, all we can
Give
really
her a
do
chance
is just
to.
wait and see.
Julia, what are you doing here? Why are you...
So, let's step away from Star Wars for a little bit. Let's talk about some of the new games. And some old games that are out too.
Clear.
Hold on a second, guys. I had no
Minute deployed.
chance. She was already hostile. Damn, that was not what I wanted to do. Anyways, what game?
Just some of the new games coming out that we are looking forward to.
So, one of the things I look forward was Jedi Survivor, and it exceeded expectation for real.
You did the right thing, Commander.
So, I really did like it.
I have not seen any of it. I've seen small bits and pieces, and
The thing
from
is,
what I
didn't
saw
wanna-
so far, it is a great game.
the thing is, the price for most games now, it seems like for any new gen consoles is up to $70, or yeah, instead of the original 60, and it's really painful as a gamer point of view to be like, what?
I'm honestly not surprised by the cost.
I mean, I'm not surprised either. I'm just like,
kind of
it's
disappointed.
like, wow. I mean, I know with the inflation and everything, but it's video games. Like, that's the one thing that shouldn't go up. You know?
Yeah, but that's just how it usually ends up being. Fortunately, that is just the reality. Everything just keeps rising, and
Did I just check these planets, guys? I probably just checked these planets. I think we're good to go.
I'll tell you
If you guys
another.
want to read these things, go ahead and pause the video.
I can tell you another game that really exceeded my expectations.
Oh yeah?
Dead Island 2. I mean, it's confusing because it really doesn't take place on a island.
So my thing was, Dead Island 1 came out so long ago, and Dead Island 2 was supposed to be released 2 or 3 years later,
Message
and
coming
it
in.
never did.
Patching it through.
Commander, we've got a situation that requires your expertise. A group of fanatical biotics have kidnapped the chairman of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies. Their freighter sustained damage and is dead in space. Get in there and take them down.
What are the biotics asking for?
They're L2 biotics, and most of them are suffering major side
But
effects.
from what I saw with the game, it was actually pretty good. I watched I watched another person do a playthrough of it, and it definitely exceeded my expectations of what it was, especially for
Understood,
taking
Admiral.
place
I'll see what I can
in
do.
California.
I appreciate you taking the time, Commander. I'm sending you the last
But it
known
doesn't. It
coordinates of
didn't
the freighter.
feel
Good luck.
like
Fifth Fleet out.
Dead Island to me. The way the original did. Because, like, you're not on an island, you're
in California. You know, you're in Los Angeles. You're exploring around. You're trying to find other, be with other survivors, and it's like, you're there. I really do bring Kaden with this one. Kaden and Tali. I'll bring these two with me. Actually, you know what? I'll bring Garrus.
But anyway, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like the traditional Dead Island. But I did like the way they introduced the characters and the setup. It really, really made me feel like you really get into the character's perception of how they're changing and everything else.
And fair go, guys. We're not doing anything spoiler related unless the games have been out for a while.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying much about Dead Island specifically for that reason. Or Jedi Survivor, like,
Gotta make sure that
even though I've watched most of the walkthroughs. If you guys are interested in checking out the walkthroughs, I can recommend one good guy that plays it, he does amazing on his gaming channels and everything else.
Bad.
So if you haven't watched him, look him up. He's definitely worth watching. And no, he did not commission us to say that, so...
You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the
he's
only
a really
thing
cool
people
dude, that's all.
appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish the charade?
Anyways,
Please,
a game that I am
trying to help
seriously
you
looking
people.
out
Let's
towards
not do anything we're all going to regret.
playing Starfield.
Why not? What have we got to lose?
After
Since
playing
the
a lot of the
chairman here
Fallout
decided that we didn't
series
get
games,
reparations, we've got nothing left to live for.
I definitely
But I've
think
changed my mind.
that game
Seeing
is
you all,
going to be a
clear that you all
really,
deserve-
really great game.
You had your chance.
I have
Some
no
L2s
doubt
are
in my
nearly
mind.
crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
Think about this. Burns is the one man who
But,
can help you.
if you want to see
Yes,
us
if
do
you
a
release
game
me, I
review,
can take another look at the reparations
you know,
request. What?
hit
We're
our-
supposed to trust you?
hit up any of our channels.
I'm an L2,
and
like you. Trust
send us
me.
a message
The
saying,
commander
"Hey,
can
can
make
you
sure
check
that
out
Burns
this game
follows through."
and tell us what it's all about?"
Sure, you promise us
There's like
freedom
any
and say
specific
everything will
thing
be
you guys
fine,
are looking
but as soon as we
towards.
surrender, you'll
And
double
we can
cross
do our
us.
best to try to do so.
I'm not promising to let you go. All I'm saying is that Burns will take another look.
Oh, no,
Right,
my
Burns?
toy is
Absolutely. I had no idea that the L2 biotics were this desperate. If I'd known, the reparations will come. For whatever it's worth.
What else?
I
What else?
promise
What
that.
else? What else? What else?
I actually second that, guys. I think we should totally do a game review. You guys can comment
You're right.
down below
I don't
on a
wanna
specific
die.
game. Maybe it's a game we never
Maybe
covered
something will
before.
happen this time.
We don't know all
We
the games in the
surrender.
universe, but we know a handful what we play.
I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is
Yeah,
real.
it honestly is
didn't
something
know
that
they were
we
so
should
desperate.
really
A Fifth Fleet cruiser will be by shortly to pick you in the
look
prisoner cell.
into.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't have to kill everyone. I think that's it, right?
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me.
Do another good series or another good game. I know we play on Xbox a lot, but I also play on PC, and a couple good I recommend that everybody at least try once. And if you haven't done it, check it out on these channels. Death Stranding and Empire at War. Those are two incredible games that I have played. Or I haven't played Death Stranding, but Empire at War I have played.
Well, Death Stranding actually is a PlayStation game as well.
Yeah.
So it's not entirely up to PC gamers, but it is, you know, it's
This is a
good as well.
it's a game that can be played on two of the platforms. And
yeah.
I do recommend, if you haven't played Death Stranding, to give it a shot. I watched the full playthrough on, once again, the Rad Brad.
Message coming in.
And
patching it through.
I
Thank you
will
for dealing
say
with the hostage
that
situation, Commander.
it is
Chairman Burns
a
was quite
tearjerker
impressed
for
by
sure.
the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance
And it
above
is
and beyond the
definitely
formal duties has
a
been
game
noted, Commander.
that is
Fifth Fleet out.
worth checking out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And as for Empire War, if you are interested in learning about that game, one of the gaming series that I recommend, or gamer channels that I recommend, would be the XP Gamer. He does a lot of Clone Wars, Rebels. He does them all.
Empire.
He's done plenty of the Empire. And it is basically almost the equivalent of a tabletop game.
Oh yeah, but it's not purely tabletop. It's like live. It's very live.
Yeah, it's very live. It is a very fun game to play.
When you make a move, not only does your troop move, but the enemy moves too. Even before you make a move, the enemies will move into your position.
And you can,
so like, you have not a chance.
You can check it out on my
really...
channel. I will be coming back to the Clone Wars again soon. Just don't judge me too harshly on how many times I lost the 501st Twilight Company. Like, I definitely, yeah.
I think he should just restart the game and try again.
Never.
But that's just my opinion.
I shall never do that.
Because here's the thing, if he loses to the Republic, I'm making him retry the game again.
Well, no, because I'm winning in space. Usually on the grounds that I'm taking heavy losses.
Because guys, he can't focus on land battles. He's only good in space. He's like the Anakin of strategic battles in space, but when it comes to ground battles, he sucks.
Okay, that's not 100% true.
Another happy landing, guys. Another happy landing. Every single
because I've won several grounding games.
Oh sure. How many clones did you lose though?
Yeah, well, that's part of the game.
It's part of the battles. It's that cloneless battle without losing a few clones.
And by a few clones, what he actually means is for a ton of clones, because I misplaced a couple of them.
Is that what you call it?
Yes, that's exactly what I call it.
Someone please hit him for me.
Basically, what ended
up, rip and chat for this guy.
Basically, what ended up happening, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what happened. I had the 501 company sitting in the back, and I was on the attack with my tanks and several others. And I'll put it in these terms: they may or may not have.
I hate this guy.
Put them in an area. May have forgot where they were, and some of the CIS droids got up behind me and killed quite a couple of a mistake. I owned up to it.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
But, yeah, I just made a few mistakes, and it did not end very well for me, and Sir Thomas is right, I should have been paying better attention.
That's not all right.
But in space, I am not.
I'll admit that one.
But yeah, in space battles, the highest tier tech that I'm at right now, I managed to be able to get myself a hold of a couple large capital ships. No, bigger than a Thunderbird.
Threshamar dead.
But yeah, no, and when I come back to the series, I will be introducing my new fleet, and I will be dividing and conquering.
What he needs to do is have Anakin's fleet, Obi-Wan's fleet, and any other Jedi generals into their own separate fleets to conquer 2 or 3 planets at a time. Space them out.
See, I could do that, however, a lot of times...
Yeah, I wish it was multiplayer, that's my thing.
Empire at War?
Yeah.
Actually, it is.
I doubt that. I don't believe that.
Here's the thing about Empire at War, and I will explain this the way Captain Shack explained it. So basically, technically it is multiplayer.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed
However,
some kind of alien technology.
You pretty much...
Could be answers at the excavation site.
What ends up happening is you can't be in the same faction. You can...
Yeah.
So in a way, it is multiplayer.
It's a versus multiplayer.
It's a versus multiplayer. So you can't say it's not You can't say it's not multiplayer.
Okay, it's not same team multiplayer. It's different. It's
However,
versus multiplayer.
If you have a friend, right, and you are in a different faction than them, you can team up against the other faction. Before having to fight your friend.
Well,
so technically, you can have a teammate within a different faction. If you coordinate correctly with them. So that's why I said technically it is multiplayer. Technically you can't have a team. It just depends on how you play the game. And if the other factions are willing to work with you. Especially if you're doing Rebellion. You could team up with one of the smaller factions. Outside the Black Sun. And use them to go up against the Empire. Or you can team up with the Black Sun. And, you know, they go after their... You know... You can team up against the Empire, or you can be the Empire and the Black Sun teaming up against the Rebels. Now, if you're doing the Clone Wars, however, there's really no outside factions.
Separatists and the...
It's just Separatists versus
the
clones. There's no, like, hut space, there's no...
Get down!
There's really not much of that. So when you're in Rebels, you can team up with another faction. But however, usually the way to do that is if you get a friend playing said faction, you know what the person is doing. Otherwise, it's mainly just versus each other. But that's what I love about what the mod developers did and everything else. They made it so that, you know, because the original base game, you wouldn't have been able to do that type of thing.
Okay, guys, those of you who don't know what it is,
Machine cultists.
Empire War, it's a game that came out like almost a decade ago.
That turned them into mindless
fanatics. It's been a...
Whatever they found,
it's been around for quite a while. That's why I said I don't have problem spoiling things for this game. Like,
oh yeah, I'm just letting you know. For the, I think I should like what came out. I'm gonna look it up real quick. This is actually interesting. I haven't actually done this real quick.
It's very old game.
Empire, not Empire. Empire
at War.
Empire War came out in 2006 on the PC. Developed by Petroglyph Games and published by LucasArts and Microsoft Works or Windows. So yeah, you're looking at a 2023, 2006. Yeah, I was right about that decade. $17 years ago.
Yeah, give or take. Like the game's old.
And the mod for Empire War for like, because guys remember, when in 2006, the Clone Wars the TV show didn't come out until 2008. The movie for Star Wars: The Clone Wars didn't come out until 2008, and you know, George Lucas released his movies in 2002 and 2004 or 5. So it makes perfect sense that Empire War came out in 2006, 1 year after Revenge of the Sith. Because at that point, the sequel trilogy was already more than a decade at that point. Or
and they're still coming out with content with Empire War.
Oh yeah. Empire War is not a dead game, no, by far. It has released its, Awakening the Rebellion, Thrawn's Revenge, stuff that's like current in the Star Wars canon. You know, not to mention, you have the Clone Wars, which is the best thing ever. No one else. I mean, sure, the Rebellion, everything is cool and all, but the Clone Wars is where it's at, because the Clone Wars only lasted 3 years because it was already at a stalemate, because Palpatine controlling both the Republic and the Separatists. But also remember, Count Dooku doesn't, is only playing by, Sidious, game only halfway through the Clone Wars. He was doing his own thing, and it's mentioned in the Bad Batch how Dooku actually, took care of his own planet, and made it wealthy.
The thing about Count Dooku, and I think there's a really big misconception on him, and I feel really bad.
He's a softie.
Because the thing is he only turned to the dark side because of what happened to his apprentice.
He had no one left.
He had no one left to hold him to the light. However, he only ever wanted to help the people. I mean, he had a very messed up way of doing it. But that's all he truly ever...
He just wanted peace. And the thing is, he was so upset about Qui-Gon's death that he didn't realize that Palpatine sent Maul.
Actually, not true.
Wait,
he did know that Palpatine... He was mad at Palpatine for that fact, actually.
Yeah, he was mad at him, sorry.
He's like, that was not part of the plan.
Qui-Gon was supposed to turn with us.
Yeah, he was supposed to turn. He wanted him to turn with him.
He wanted, well, not turn per se, but like,
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. He wanted him to join him. But when you think about it,
it's kind of overkill.
When you think about it,
Palpatine too low.
Palpatine had to be the most.
I need more points on electronics, guys.
Palpatine had to be the most
I missed out.
iconic Sith Lord out of every Sith Lord out there. He was the only one that actually fully conquered the Republic.
Oh yeah, he worked his way because he had to hide his powers for so long. Well,
he was
not
the
high
smartest
he could have
Sith Lord that there was.
For sure.
He carefully calculated. That's what makes him such a interesting
villain
character and villain. Because he had already planned this long before attempting it. And he played it through politics. That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why politicians are...
Something uncomfortable has just come up. In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian
But anyways, I would digress on that.
We just received a mission complete burst from one of them.
No, but
where's it
the
been
thing
in the meantime?
is
no idea. Lost in transit.
There had only been ever 2 Sith Lords that nearly conquered
What makes this uncomfortable?
the Republic besides Palpatine. 2 ever Sith Lords. And one of them was originally a Jedi.
A 20-kiloton tactical fusion warhead, about equal to the bomb dropped
AKA
on
our
Hiroshima back in the 20th.
favorite old Republic
If somebody
character
finds that
ever.
probe, tampers with it.
Who?
You
Revan.
finish, Commander.
Revan was one of the only other...
I understand
Revan
this
was
must
one of
be
the
handled,
only
but
other
I don't have anyone trained to
Sith
deal with this
Lords
sort
that
of
came
concern.
close to conquering the
I
Republic.
wouldn't ask if it wasn't important.
If he had not been
Classified
stopped by
for
Bastila,
26 years. The Council
he would have
called
succeeded.
fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible.
At every turn, he had the Republic being pushed back.
I'm asking you because
So
the
Bastila
movement
showed
came
up.
on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
Every turn.
It's in the Voyager cluster. That's the opposite side of the Alliance from Turian space. How did it get there?
If Bastila had not
Possible someone recovered it
taken
safely
him
and
down,
brought it there.
him
Also possible
and his apprentice
it could have been wandering the relay network.
would have actually taken over
We'll get on it immediately.
the Republic
And we'll be discreet.
I appreciate that, Commander.
long before Palpatine.
Fifth Fleet out.
And the only reason Palpatine was actually able to take over the Republic
Vortical cluster, vortical cluster.
Was because of Anakin. Because he was able to play Anakin's emotions and everything else. If Anakin had not given in,
save Padme.
if Anakin had not given in and just listened to Mace Windu, more than likely he would have. More than likely he would have been a Jedi Master, and Palpatine would be deader than a doornail.
My thing is that there's a video, and I forget who's it by, saying what would happen if Anakin didn't turn to the dark side.
Yeah, I watched that video.
And it's very... How do I say this? It's very educational, but it's also the fact that if Palpatine would have got, murked, and, or at least not murked, but like maybe trials for his actions, there would have, the Clone Wars would still be going on. Though Order 66 would never have happened, and Palpatine would have been like, maybe he would have like manipulated somehow and telling someone, hey, execute this order to one of the clone commanders, and they'll hunt down the remainder, separatist forces because I implanted them with the knowledge of where they are. That's a way that Order 66 can still happen. But then again,
however, if Palpatine had lost his emergency powers and everything else and had been convicted, the clones would have more than likely had their chips removed.
But my question is, how would they know the chips were there?
Because what happened is I actually watched a video on this, and it was explained that had they discovered Palpatine was the Sith Lord, and Anakin had turned it over to, not only had he turned it over to the Jedi Council,
they may not know what they have,
but however he also
they set it off.
All right, Shepard.
Talked to Padme. Padme was already trying to find a way to end the war. This would have gave her further proof of his actions, and then once he was removed from power, he would have not been able to execute Order 66, and there would have been an investigation behind his actions.
Fives is right.
Yeah.
Fives' mission wouldn't be in vain, and Fives would actually still be alive. How much you want to bet Palpatine had Fox do that?
Actually, it was actually
Not Fox,
explained
what's
that
his name?
Commander... Yeah, it was Commander Fox.
It was Fox who killed him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually explained that Palpatine actually specifically ordered them to shoot, to kill. They were actually given the order to kill Fives. Had Fox ignored that order...
No witnesses. Oh!
Had he ignored that order,
At
chances
last.
are Palpatine would have been
You
removed
have
from
me at a
power because
disadvantage.
Fives would have spilled the beans during his trial.
No matter.
They couldn't...
I remember
Palpatine
you.
couldn't have it.
I never forget anyone I've fought. My name is Ilanos Haliat. I doubt you know it. Who do you think
That's
runs
the whole
Terminus
entire
clan,
thing.
Shepard, huh?
That's
Thousands
why
of
he had
pirates,
him
slavers,
specifically
criminals
killed
of every stripe.
for that reason.
Most criminal organizations, it's the one who's recognized as the most successful.
That's correct. The one who killed
And that's
the most
why
men,
one of the
seizes the
clone
most
medics,
ships, pillages
actually,
the most
in
colonies.
that fact,
3 years ago, I was the strongest.
fun fact about it,
I used my
the oldest
influence to
living
assemble a
clone
fleet. We would drive
was the
your
only
kind
one
out
to
of the
actually
Verge.
believe Fives.
You're the one behind the attack on Elysium.
I was the motivator, the instigator.
Henceforth, why the
one
Separatist
blamed
army
when
actually
it
captured a
failed.
clone specifically for that reason.
Failed because of you. Your damnable holding action.
My crew will come for me.
Let them.
And I'd like to see him do like a spin-off series on that type of those type of situations.
Noticed the ores here are laced with heavy metals. I'm afraid
One where
those suit
Anakin told
radios aren't
Padme
powerful enough to transmit out.
We'll find a way out of
about
here.
Sidious instead of going to the Jedi Council.
Doubt that.
One where they
What do we do now, Shepard?
We've got air
where he
and
goes
light.
to Mace
and the
Windu and
Normandy's
actually
still in
stays
orbit.
behind.
Let's
You know,
look for another way out.
alternate Star Wars theories, series, and movies.
Oh, dang it. Right?
I'd like to know everybody's thoughts on that.
Oh,
That's something
I
like
mean-
everybody would love to see. Actually, I might have an idea on how to revive, like do like a Star Wars series.
honestly, I would love them to do more about, and this is explained in Bad Batch, about the transition between the Empire and the Republic. And I
clones
really,
the
oh
clones
my
got
god,
it dirty.
they were
Absolutely.
slowly transitioned out, called them useless and old.
Not even just that. Like, in all reality, like, it wasn't even just that fact that they were just transitioned out. They were experimented on. They were. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, well, they were transported out. They were taken to a remote location to be, to perfect the, the cloning for Palpatine, and not even that. Like, Palpatine's is slowly being cloned. Moff Gideon wanted to be cloned. It's
Obviously, we know that Moff Gideon did not get cloned, and we also know that Moff Tarkin didn't get a part of that on board with that cloning.
He didn't care about cloning. Tarkin just wanted to be done with everything. He wanted to be done with, everything.
See, Tarkin never liked the clones, period, end of discussion. He always hated them to begin with. But guess what? His TK trooper plan failed miserably, and it proved very useless in the on the Forest of Endor too. In fact, actually, right now I'm actually playing that as we speak. I'm playing Ewok Hunt. The fact that, if they had clone troopers in this time period, I can promise you one thing: the Ewoks would have been severely outmatched. What do you think, Thomas?
The DK troopers, the stormtroopers,
The most useless
boy,
troopers
were
ever.
they stupid. In numbers, they were great.
They weren't
I'll
even
admit that.
great in numbers. Even in numbers, they were terrible.
Mostly, okay, sorry. They were mostly great.
They were just terrible all around.
They weren't terrible. They still took out a decent amount of rebels.
Yeah, but if you look how they lost Ewoks, fluffy teddy bears.
Oh, they
Doom.
lost the teddy bears.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Especially when you're playing Ewok Hunt, it really does show.
Oh, don't get me started with Ewok Hunt. That's the scariest I've ever seen.
Like, I could see why they lost outright terribly. But come on, during the daytime, you had all kinds of stuff, and the Ewoks were throwing rocks at you. Rocks, and you died.
They
Rocks and sticks. Think about this. Rocks and sticks.
and
You have
giant
laser blasters and everything else, and they killed you with rocks and sticks.
So here's the thing, Elof is not 100% wrong. They literally lost. They had walkers, but then again,
but even the
people within the Empire,
even the rebels though didn't even have that much effective firepower that the Empire actually had.
No, the rebels merely had.
The rebels were
at least
matched.
Oh, they were out.
In
They were
technology.
outmatched by technology.
By a
But
long
then,
shot.
and
So-
in numbers, they were outmatched too.
How the hell did they lose? And the short and simple explanation is because
How did
they
the rebels
were.
win? Yeah.
The short and simple explanation behind this, and it should come to no shock. The training. If you watch the series The Rebels, and how they trained their cadets and everything else, they were not prepared for war.
Who, the rebellion?
No, the Empire. They were not prepared for the war with the
Oh, no.
rebels.
They were too cocky. They
They
were
just-
heavily cocky.
What it came down to is the reason the rebels were able to outmatch them in every engagement, and it's kind of a
The hit
stupid
and run
reason.
tactics.
Yeah. Not to mention the better fighters. The Empire cut corners in every aspect. Which is why during the Clone Wars, the Republic actually had more wins than the CIS. Yes, the CIS had a lot of wins themselves, but the Republic, even though it was severely outgunned, outmatched by the CIS, had the advantage. Why? Because they were trained better. When the Empire decided to cut corners and everything else, that's why the rebels won.
It's also that, but also remember, people within the Empire who worked on the AT-ATs or the ATSTs, they were working with old Clone Wars technology and slowly taking parts from them and putting it into their own weapons. Not to mention the people who were working on the submachines were sabotaging them in the design process and the flaws. Think about it. You made a walker with 2 legs that look like chicken that can be easily knocked over. Really? Not to mention you made a giant walker with 4 legs closely together. It's like the ATTE is way better than the AT-AT.
But the thing about the AT-AT was not specifically designed for the war tactics they were planning for.
No,
the
it was meant to, like,
AT-AT
what,
was
secure and hold.
The AT-AT was meant to be a
guard.
A guard. Basically, it was meant to scare and intimidate. That's what the...
Let alone small artillery support. That's it.
Yeah, it was not designed to actually for
combat.
prolonged engagements.
The thing is, the Empire in its early days, and then Andor explains this, they knew that a small rebel group, cell was going on. Saw Gerrera, and they knew who was in control of Saw Gerrera. They didn't know a second cell was born under Mon Mothma and Bail Organa and the rest of the politicians from the Senate. They were all contributing to another rebel cell separate from Saw Gerrera.
And it's not that they didn't actually know about these rebel cells. the thing is, Palpatine and Vader organized a lot of these rebels. And the reason they did this, and it's explained in the one game, the Empire had nobody to fight, so why would they need an army? If they gave them a reason, because the CIS was pretty much dismantled at that time, and they couldn't just claim, hey, in case the CIS comes back and everything. And yes, there were small pockets of the CIS left.
I would say that the thing is, Palpatine was cocky. He's like, no one else is going to challenge us. I control the galaxy now with an iron fist. Vader is my second in command. He's going to go out and do stuff while I handle the politician stuff, because I have years of experience and he has years of combat. He's more than capable of leading fleets of his own, let alone I control the rest of the fleets, so what is it to do? And we control most of the planets with resources and everything. There's no one who's going to stop us.
Which is why when it...
Until later.
Which is why when it came down to the simple fact, they needed a reason to continue to have the big war effort and everything else. So creating the rebels was a good start for that. However, what really makes it more and more tedious, right, is the fact, and this is my personal opinion, this isn't fact, I don't think Palpatine ever imagined that the rebellion would grow to where it was.
And kick his ass.
And turn around and beat the living snot out of him. I don't think that was ever planned out.
Oh, hello,
no.
Shepard.
And ultimately...
Are you okay?
I don't know.
It ended up doing him in.
Your ship is
it also
amazing,
didn't help
and your
that Palpatine
really great to me,
had lied
especially your chief engineer.
to Darth Vader
But
about
I just
Luke.
Sort of feel
had he actually not lied about it.
Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet.
Had they not, had he had told him about the fact that one of his children had survived,
back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear
and not
is
hidden that fact,
it means an engine's died or an air filter shut down.
Darth Vader would have went to look
I
for
guess
Luke.
you don't have to worry
And there was a
about that
good
here.
chance that if he had
Like
discovered
old
Luke
habits die hard.
before...
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing.
Had he discovered him before,
Back home, I couldn't
Obi-Wan could train him, start his training,
wait to get away
and
from
everything
the
else,
now that I'm out
then the Death Star
kind of
would
miss
still
them.
exist.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
They wouldn't have had, the rebellion would not have had
I'm
Luke
starting to
Skywalker on
wonder
their
if
side.
that's what the pilgrimage is really about.
Yes, they would have had Leia,
It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture.
but
You know,
then you would have two
there's always a few who go on
Skywalkers
their pilgrimages and never return.
against each other.
I always assumed
And I
something
don't
bad
think
happened to
alone
them.
Leia would have had a chance.
Maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
Because as we've seen in A New
I
Hope,
could never
she already got
abandon
captured.
my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually.
And without
But we
Luke
have to stop
being there
sailing
to
first.
help Han
Otherwise,
rescue,
I might not have a home to go back to.
help Obi-Wan and Han
should
rescue Leia,
See you later.
the rebellion would have been through pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So that was another reason the Empire already had failed.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot of things contributing to that type of stuff. But I will tell you that Sir Thomas is very correct when he says Ewok hunt is scary if you're the stormtrooper.
Oh yeah, okay. Here's the thing, guys. If you've never played Battlefront 2 in the Ewok hunt mode, here's the gist of it. The Battle of Endor just concluded. The rebels have won and have just celebrated. They have already left the planet, knowing this, or have abandoned already. But they have not. There are a handful, I want to say at least 20 stormtroopers left on the planet, waiting for the evac ship to come get them. They don't care if they have to crowd the ship entirely, ascend to those laps, or sit on the head, whatever. They want out of there. It's nighttime. You are alone in the dark, and all you hear is the sound of a trumpet and a bunch of Ewok sounds, and all you have is a flashlight and a blaster. And you can't see nothing. This is like the scariest Friday Nights at Freddy's ever.
Don't get me wrong, it's fun to play as the Ewok.
Oh yeah, because the Ewok can see at night. They can see at night. They have lights. They have everything. And the sad thing is, they can kill you with fireflies. Not even kidding you.
No, I don't think those are actually fireflies. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what type of.
They
like,
are.
So, if you ever
or get out.
Have you ever played the first Jedi Fallen Order? If you ever played that one, if you remember on Kashyyyk, those exploding bugs, like they kind of look like fireflies, but they're not fireflies. I think they're somewhere in the realm of those type of things, but smaller. I'd say they're more like gnats or gnats.
They're something. That's all I can say. They're something. That's all I can say. They are really something.
Pokey time! Pokey time! Oh. I poked him. He did not like it. He shot me in the face. Go get him, my Ewok brethren. And the fact that these little fluff balls can fall from tops of trees and land and not get hurt while doing so.
Looking for supplies?
Oh yeah, they
makes
can
them
jump
even
from
more...
a 20-foot tree.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet.
And not take a scratch.
That makes them more terrifying. Because one, you can't really see them, and then you got like 3 of them swarming you within 2 seconds. If you're by yourself, it's like I don't know which one to shoot. They're fluffy teddy bears.
Yeah, it's not fun, guys. This is like the scariest crap.
Unless
ever.
you're the Ewok, then it's fun as heck.
If you're playing the Stormtrooper, prepare to just be scared. Is all I have to tell you.
If you're playing as the Ewok, enjoy the hunt and let the good times roll.
53. Damn, 53,000 is what I have right now. Unique item, Metagel upgrade. What? Metagel upgrade? I can get one more Metagel? One more thing? I want to buy it.
And there's 2 that just went down.
But,
Ewoks
yeah, guys, no,
win.
I hope you guys like this thing we're doing. This video is going to be called like something like Mass Effect, you know, co-host talk, whatever. This is
more like a
it's
podcast.
Sort of. I basically play Mass Effect and show you guys what I'm doing while we talk about different topics. Obviously, we jump from Star Wars to video games, to back to Star Wars again.
Well, when you think about it, it's a big topic this time of year. I mean, we're in May.
Yeah, and May the 4th just passed away, so I hope you guys all had a a beautiful May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th as well. I watched episode 4 on May the 4th because I couldn't watch episode 6 in theaters, which was awful. Episode 6 came out, re-released in theaters. Disney was like, hey, it's the 40th anniversary, let's re-release for certain theaters to play episode 6 again, which is so stupid. Just, I mean, yes, it's the 40th anniversary, and you had a special T-shirt signed by the entire, main cast. Obviously, digitalized, except Mark Hamill's signature, copied over 1,000,000 times for a different shirt for the shirt, which is really nice to design. If you haven't seen it, please go you can go check it out on your own time. But my thing is, I think for one May the 4th day, they should re-release episodes 4, 5, and 6, all in theaters. Starting with episode 4 on May the 4th. On Revenge of the 5th, they should do episode 5, and then on May 6th, they should do episode 6. And yes, it'd be a one-day thing for each movie. Will it suck? Yeah. But if you want to start early, you can start it like May 1st, have a 2-day release, 2-day release, 2-day, and a 2-day, for each movie. That we have 2 days to see it. Than just doing one movie. I never got to watch. I think it'd be great to see the movie in theaters. 2000 was it 2000 was it 2000? Like, no, it was 1999 when the Phantom Menace came out. When are they gonna re-release that one in theaters? Considering now the fact that people actually admire Jar Jar and the actor who played Jar Jar and who's now became a Jedi Master who saved Grogu. If you haven't watched it or watched The Mandalorian,
I mean,
by now you have.
I've definitely loved that episode because it definitely did show that actor got redeemed.
The thing is, guys, if you guys don't know who the actor is, I forget the actor's name. You probably already know it by now, but like, the actor who played Jar Jar Binks was heavily ridiculed because he got made fun of for the role and was told never to play. You should have never played that role in the beginning. And he was on the verge of suicide at this point. And later on, he came back as a Jedi Master called Callum Beck. I could be butchering the name. In a TV show called like Jedi Temple Run, and he was a Jedi Master with a robot, who actually is a robot who gives out the lightsaber crystals. Anyways, he did that show for a little bit, and then Lucasfilm wanted him to come back as a Jedi who saved Grogu from Order 66, and he is a dual-wielding lightsaber master. It's really awesome to see it, and how everyone loves his character now. It was really cool to have that in. And also, as an Easter egg, the Senator's ship that they used was Jar Jar's as an homage for his character he played. So I think the movie should come back out as a re-release for its anniversary. After all these years, it should get a release next May the 4th weekend, and have that one be released in theaters from May the 4th to the 6th or to the 7th, whatever you want to do.
Honestly, though, I think in all reality, even though people ridiculed him as an actor, he did an amazing job as the actor. Not to mention the other fact that Jar Jar, after Order 66 and everything, he got the raw end of the deal. Like, in all reality, he got the raw end of the deal. He ended up acting like a clown and all the way up into the New Republic. Like, give the guy a break.
Poor Jar Jar, and
every true Star Wars fan, and a lot of the people that were making fun of this guy never actually really read the books.
You guys gotta remember that Jar Jar is the one who gave Palpatine his power, the powers.
And he got
the emergency
ridiculed.
powers.
He got ridiculed all the way up until the day he died.
Oh
The
yeah,
character,
I don't doubt
like,
that.
he
in
got
the
ridiculed
slightest.
because he gave Emperor Palpatine the power. But the thing is how could Jar Jar really know?
Jar Jar didn't know. He was new into politics. You guys gotta remember that. Like,
However,
he was new into politics.
fan theories have made it very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Darth Jar Jar.
Like, I would love to see a Darth Jar Jar. Because when you think about it, right? People aren't wrong. Jar Jar was able to do things that normal Gungans
Can be explained.
and, you know,
Jedi's couldn't do.
Jedi really couldn't do. And some things that Jedi
Now-
could do. There was actually a comic where Jar Jar actually used a lightsaber and handled it way better until Rex actually caught him with it and took it away from him. But he sliced through 5 to 10 battle droids by himself with a lightsaber from a fallen Jedi.
Speaking of Jedi, Anakin is when Padme got captured by Gunray, in that one episode, Jar Jar was with her and took Anakin's robe, his Jedi robe, from the ship, and put it on and masqueraded as a Jedi until the clones came in to save her, which is awesome. Because as a battle droid, all you see is a robe and a person leaping in, on like unearthly heights. Yeah, you would think it's a Jedi too.
But yeah,
So,
the thing is if you think about it, the fan theories aren't quite off. Because Jedi, because of Jar Jar's actions and everything else, you would really honestly think that he was, in fact, a Sith Lord. Because if you look at his eyes, right, they're the color yellow.
they're kind of like yellow.
If you look at all the Gungans' eyes, his was more yellow than the others.
It's like a Scooby-Doo episode. You pull the mask off and voila!
So, fan theory isn't that far off. However, the thing is we all know Jar Jar actually ain't the Sith Lord. Because it comes down to the simple fact that he was way too damn clumsy. But that could also have been a massage.
A ploy.
Exactly.
It was a rouge. But anyways, guys, we are actually past the 1 hour mark. We're at an hour and 27 minutes. No, we're at an hour and 30 minutes now of the live stream of my Mass Effect playthrough / talking podcast with Elof here. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you guys think of this first episode of the co-host episode. I'm still gonna be doing my Mass Effect playthrough, pretty much not having a voice, so you guys can listen to the dialogue and watch my stupidity of playing the game. It has been a while since I played the first game. I want to say a good year now. So about all 3 games. I might not do all 3 games. I might just do Mass Effect 1 and call it a wrap, because Mass Effect 2, guys, has a lot more difficulty to it and a lot more choices and everything. And then Mass Effect 3 obviously is just the end game of it all, and it's barely any time to do stuff. I mean, you were kind of on a time limit to get your missions done to beat the game, and it's really, really messed up with timing. And the first game is like you have infinite time to find Saren and defeat him and do the main quest line. So there is time. It's just you're not really on a time crunch like you are in the next 2 games. So yeah, but with it being said, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying my Rise of the Tomb Raider playthrough. I think that'd be the next topic we should talk about in the next one, guys, is Tomb Raider and how that's a great series that should get remastered, let alone another game again. Because each game was its own ending, and you know, we'll say that for next time. Hopefully it's very soon.
I hope
Elof
so
is
soon.
still, you know, Elof right now is taking some personal time to relax with his family. You know, he just had another baby, guys, so yay. Had to mention that Elof is, you know, the proud owner of 4 kids now. May his wife rest in soul for her, you know, contribution to his family.
Whatever.
Hey, I'm just saying this right now, dude. When you get to be 60 and 70, you have now 4 people to take care of you now. But I will say this, guys. I do fear for Elof here, because his latest kid is a girl, and his eldest is a girl, and she's on the verge of teenagehood, and I already feel bad for him now.
You ain't okay. We don't need to bring up. We don't need to bring up any more about it.
No, I'm just teasing him, guys. That's pretty much it. Unlike me, I have, you know, 20 kids to take care of. You know, feels like it. You know. Sorry, 56. I have 56 of you guys watching once in a while my videos with over 476 minutes of watch time. So I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Keep it up, guys. I hope you guys. I'll try to do my best while I'm on my. Be patient, guys, and we'll pump up the videos. Don't worry, guys. As far as you guys are concerned about Two-Fane, we'll get to that as soon as we can. We're just busy with our own stuff right now, and Elof doesn't have time to really do much with Two-Fane Gaming. But who knows, guys? We'll get to it soon. We'll do some more podcast episodes with that one as well, on that channel as well. I think that's what Two-Fane is probably coming down to, it is like talking more. So
yeah, I got nothing. Come check out my channel. I'll be resuming soon.
yeah, guys. Two-Fane's channel, but who knows, guys? If you guys see Elof's gamer tag pop up in the end credits, let me know, and give him a check out. Check out his Empire War playthrough. That's more entertaining than anything else. Insurgency Sandstorm playthrough with his buddy, you know, Top Hat, because I forget what his buddy's name's called. So
We'll just go with
Sorry, guys, he's not the builder. Sad.
that's just that's just an original name for him, as he likes to consider it.
We appreciate you guys tuning into the show tonight, or morning, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. I hope you guys, you know, but until next time, guys, thanks for joining the video, and we'll see you guys next show.